Now this popular ingredient may not be found in every high-end bar out there, but you can make some great looking and great tasting drinks with it. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 fun blue Curaçao cocktails that you can make at home. We'll start off with the fun tropical drink known as the Blue Hawaii, not to be confused with the Blue Hawaiian, which I have actually made in a separate video on this channel. So we'll get things started with half an ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice, followed by half an ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. Next up is half an ounce of simple syrup. If you ever see sour mix in a cocktail recipe, that's just these 3 ingredients in equal parts. Next is 2 ounces of pineapple juice, followed by 3/4 of an ounce of blue Curaçao. Now we'll add 1 ounce of white rum, followed by 1 ounce of vodka. Now with all our ingredients in, we'll grab the other side of the shaker, add in some ice, pour our ingredients in, and shake until well chilled. Pop open the shaker and we're going to pour this into a nice hurricane glass filled with ice. The main difference from the Blue Hawaiian is that we leave out the cream of coconut, so if you're not a fan of coconut or want a less thick texture in your drink, go with this one. Finally, we'll garnish with a cocktail cherry and a slice of pineapple, and there you have the Blue Hawaii. Now moving on to drink number 2, we have the light and refreshing Aqua Velva. It looks like a bright blue glass of soda. We'll start this drink off with 1 full ounce of lemon juice. While doing this, there was something that I decided to try out. This day I saw one of those videos online about how you can poke a hole at the bottom of a lemon and squeeze out the juice. I didn't really believe it, so I decided to give it a try, and it actually does work. For full transparency, I used a lemon that was pretty ripe, and I did roll it on the table a little bit to loosen up the juice inside. You don't get a ton of juice all at once, but it really does work. So give it a try if you ever need to add a little bit of lemon juice to something. Now back to the Aqua Velva. After the 1 ounce of lemon juice, we're going to add 1 ounce of simple syrup. If 1 ounce of either of these sounds like too much to you, I would adjust it down by a little bit to taste. Next is 3/4 of an ounce of blue Curaçao, followed by 1 ounce of gin, and finally 1 ounce of vodka. Now switching over to the larger side of our shaker, adding in some ice, pouring the cocktail on top of that, and then shaking until chilled. This would take usually somewhere around 15 seconds. Now grab a Collins or highball glass filled with ice and strain the cocktail into it. We will be left with a little bit of space up top, and that's because we will be topping it up with seltzer. We'll use about 2 ounces or so. Give it a quick stir, and you'll have a great refreshing drink for a hot day that's also nice to look at. Drink number 3 is the Adios Motherfucker, also known as the AMF. This Long Island variation, as the name implies, can end your night quickly if you have more than a couple of these. We'll start this drink off with our sour mix, which is half an ounce of lemon juice, half an ounce of lime juice, and then half an ounce of simple syrup. Next up is half an ounce of blue Curaçao. You might be noticing a pattern developing here. There are a lot of ingredients here, but they're all equal measures. So next is half an ounce of gin, followed by half an ounce of white rum, then half an ounce of a Blanco Tequila, and finally half an ounce of vodka. So basically your 4 common clear liquors for any kind of Long Island variation. So now we'll grab the large side of the shaker, add in some ice, having some trouble cracking it this time, pour the cocktail in, and shaking until it's chilled and we see the frost develop on the outside. Now I grab another one of my hurricane glasses filled with ice and strain the cocktail in. We will be left with some space at the top again, but this time we'll be topping it off with our lemon lime soda. Then I mix it up a little bit with my stirrer, add a little bit of a garnish to it with a cocktail cherry and a slice of lemon, and there you have the Adios Motherfucker. Again, be careful with this one. Now for drink number 4, I found multiple cocktails called the Blue Hurricane, but since this one had blueberries in it, I'm calling it the Blueberry Hurricane. So of course we'll start this cocktail off with about 8 to 10 blueberries, which we will muddle inside the shaker. Then we'll add 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. Next up is 2 ounces of orange juice, followed by 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. We will follow that up with 1 ounce of blue Curaçao, and finally we'll add 2 ounces of white rum. Now once all of our ingredients are in, we'll grab the other side of our shaker, again add our ice, pour in our ingredients, and shake until chilled. I will be using another hurricane glass filled with ice for this drink, but this time I've thrown in some whole blueberries as a garnish, and then we'll go ahead and strain the cocktail in. Now this cocktail doesn't have that nice bright blue color that the rest of these cocktails have, but I think it looks like a stormy sky, which fits the name of the Blueberry Hurricane. And now our fifth and final drink is the Corpse Survivor Number Blue, which is of course a variation of the Corpse Survivor Number 2 featuring blue Curaçao. We'll start this off with 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, followed by a bar spoonful of absinthe. You can add just a couple drops or none at all if you're not a fan. Next is 3/4 of an ounce of Lillet Blanc, followed up by 3/4 of an ounce of blue Curaçao, and finally 3/4 of an ounce of gin. This is another drink that's all equal parts except for that little bit of absinthe. Now we'll grab our large side of the shaker, add some ice, pour the cocktail on top, and give it a shake. This cocktail will be served up in a coupe glass with no ice, so throw it in the freezer if you'd like beforehand, and we're going to go ahead and double strain this into the glass. Now this cocktail had a very bright blue striking color even compared to the other cocktails that I really liked, and this one doesn't have any simple syrup, so it's a little bit more dry. And there you have 5 blue Curaçao cocktails that you can give a try at home. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video and let me know if you tried any of these and what you think of them. I hope you come back soon for another video.